We're back at it again with another penny hunt and fill episode. Episode 34, boxes 54 and 55. Hey everyone, it's Rob Finds Treasure and welcome back to my channel. That's right, we have another 2-box penny hunt to do today. These boxes come from the state of Minnesota, thanks to a subscriber named Ben for his trade. Ben, looking forward to getting into the boxes. I don't really remember the last time I've hunted Minnesota State penny boxes, but I'm imagining based on the geography of where they're at in the U.S., you probably get the majority of the cents from the Denver Mint, but I think there should be some Philadelphia Mint ones in there as well since it's not too far away. Hopefully, we find some Denver Mints in these boxes and hopefully some more goodies for the album. Now, before I get into the hunt, I do want to remind everyone that if you've not watched the first 33 episodes, to please consider checking out the playlist I have linked both down below as well as pinned up here before spoiling the progress we've made on the album. For those of you already caught up, you'll recall after the last episode, we added one more cent, and now we have 179 of the cents in the album completed. We still need a couple of small dates, which we may or may not ever find, although I'm always looking out for them, and a couple of steel cents, which I don't expect to find. However, we did find one. After that, we only need stuff from 1939 and back, a lot of it in the 30s because I've been really shorted on my 30s finds in my boxes so far in this series through the 53 boxes we've already done. A lot of these are tougher dates with under 50 million minted, as you can see, but there are some findable cents in here, and I have found many of these throughout my hunts over the several years that I've been hunting for them. As we move further back, it gets just as tough, if not tougher, especially on the key dates and the semi-key dates in those teens and S-minted years. We'll have to see how good we do with the rest of this book as the series progresses. I have the series slated for 100 boxes and then to make a decision at that point. So we're over halfway there already. Now I'll say that these boxes are sealed shut like Fort Knox. I think it's pretty cool that he's made sure that no damage could occur or no tampering could occur, but I have to get these cut open and I can see where the lip is, and I'll go ahead and do that off camera for the first box. Once I've got this cut, we'll take a look to see if there's any surprise enders on the top. Let me push this away. Let me get this box cut open, and I'll bring it back. I was popping open the first box, and I did notice that Ben did a good job of making sure that the box was not opened and searched, or at least looked at for enders prior to sending. Probably because it has the holes on the bottom of these boxes, and you can see they're circulated already. Either way, definitely got a fresh box here, and we'll pop it open, take a quick peek for any wheat cent enders. We do have a Canadian ender, and I would imagine being up in Minnesota, we're going to see a lot of those. Obviously, I won't show all the finds, but I will show you what we found at the end of the hunt as far as foreign coins. All right, looks like a pretty good box. A lot of copper, a lot of older cents. We're ready to get into it. You guys know the drill. We're going to start cracking into rolls, and should I find something, we'll take a look together at what it is. Roll 15, and it took us 15 rolls to find our first wheat cent, but we got one. And it's a 1941. You guys know I like checking for the DDOs on these, and I don't see it, but we're on the board. Oh, and that's one of the heaviest 1983 zinc cents I have ever weighed up. 267 was my heaviest before, and that one is 268, almost 269. Crazy. Still zinc, not copper. The hunt continues. Same roll, and just a few coins later, take a look at this beautiful 1947 Denver. That is a stunner. Yeah, it's got a little bit of gunk on it, but it still has a little bit of red too. And look at the reverse. Probably an album upgrader, if I so choose, but definitely not an album neater. Either way, 2 wheat cents now, both in the 40s. Roll 16, our third wheat cent, 1946 Philly, 3 wheat cents now, all from the 40s. Roll 23, wheat cent number 4, will it stay in the 40s? And it does, 1942 Philadelphia. Roll number 27, wheat cent number 5 is going to be a damaged 1957 or 2? It's a 2. 1952 damaged Denver wheat cent. First from the 50s, it's beat up. 5th of the box. Roll 34. We have wheat cent number 6. And the patina makes it look a little older. Probably a 44p if I were to guess. No. 35D. That is a 30s wheat cent with a mint mark. It might be one we need. I know we had a 35S we needed earlier, and we already found that. We'll have to double check that at the end of the hunt. 6 wheat cents. Finally one in the 30s. Roll 36. Wheat cent number 7. 1956 Philadelphia, in pretty good shape. Roll 39. Wheat cent number 8. Only the 3rd coin in too, and it's a pretty nice 1949 Philadelphia. Maybe an upgrader. Roll number 42, and we have another wheat cent from the 30s. Unfortunately, it's one we already have, 1939 Philadelphia. But that makes wheat cent number 9, 1 away from double digits. Roll 45, wheat cent number 10, and it's from the 30s with the mint mark. 1937 Denver. I'll have to see if I need that one as well. Good seeing some 30s. Same roll, wheat cent 11, another 56 Philly. Roll 49, we have a dozen wheat cents. That's going to be a 46 Denver. We have finished that first Minnesota State penny box, 50 rolls hunted, and it actually was a pretty good box considering how slow it started. 12 wheat cents found, most of them in the 40s, a few in the 50s, and 3 in the 30s. Hopefully, we can use 1 or 2 of those for the book. We also got 6 Canadians, and 3 of them were laureate portraits, 64, 63, and 61. We got 6 59s, 2 nice looking copper cents I'll check against the album, and 1 69S. It does have a cool tone to it, but definitely not the DDO. The copper cup, about 2/3, maybe a little over halfway, but somewhere between halfway and 2/3 full. I would imagine after this box, it'll be overflowing once again. Let me go ahead and remove the discards, get this box out of the way, get this opened or popped, and we'll do a live ender search next. All right, we're just about ready to open up this box and see what goodies lie inside. Definitely our fair share of copper, and we do have a wheat cent ender. Always a good sign seeing a wheat cent on the end. Doesn't mean a lot of wheat cents inside, but if we had quite a few wheat cent enders, you know we would. All right, roll 4 will give us our 13th wheat cent unless we find one in the first 3 rolls. Let me push it back, and I'll bring you in on our first find of box number 2 for the hunt. We're on roll number 54, and the first wheat cent of box 2 will indeed be the ender. Let's see what year it is. That wheat cent ender is going to be another 1946. Let's make sure it's not a 40. Yeah, it's a 46 Philadelphia. Same roll. Wheat cent number 14 is a 1953 Denver. Roll number 60. Wheat cent number 15. And this one's going to be a 1944 with a mint mark, I think Denver. And it is, and I don't see the D over S, but yet another wheat cent from the 40s. Roll 61. Wheat cent number 16 is going to be a 1949 Denver. Roll number 71. Wheat cent number 17. Another from the 40s, 1945 Philadelphia. Roll number 77, and we're going to have ourselves wheat cent number 18. And that's a 58 Denver with a cool patina. Same roll. We're going to have a friend with it. This is going to be wheat cent number 19, and I'm hoping it's old by the patina. And it is going to be old. Is that a 28 or a 23? And that's a 1923, but I don't know if we need that one. I can't remember, but we do need some early ones, and that is early. It's not in the best shape, but a 20s wheat cent nonetheless, and we might need it. Hopefully we do. Roll number 86, and we're going to have 20 wheat cents finally. I say finally, 20 wheat cents is a good 2-box hunt. And that's another 1953 Denver. And we still have 14 rolls left. Well, roll number 88 is going to give us a counter-struck Lincoln cent. And you guys can see it right here. Looks like good old Abe is enjoying himself a little bit of the tobacco. He's smoking a pipe, probably a cob pipe, if you will. And there's even some smoke rings above it. Don't worry, I checked the 72p. It is not going to be a DDO. But still a cool find nonetheless. We'll add it to the heavy 83D that I found earlier and get back to the hunt. Roll number 99, wheat cent number 21. Almost wrapping up this hunt, and that's going to be another 58 Denver. Well, that's going to do for the 100 roll hunt. We ended with 21 wheat cents, so not that bad. 12 in the first box, which was good. 9 in the second box. Wish we would have got another one for another 10 box, but what are you going to do? Most of them in the 40s with some in the 50s. We got 3 in the 30s, which is good for me, and 1 in the 20s. I'm hoping that we got 1 or 2 album users out of all these finds. On top of that, we got a ton of Canadian cents, 15 in total, with 5 of them being laureate portraits. Crazy. 164, 263s, and 261s. We got a total of 9 1959s. We got a total of 8 pretty nice copper cents. This 72 is not as nice, but I like the toning on it. And believe me, if it would have been a DDO, I'd been jumping out of my seat, but it wasn't. Still a nice one. I'll hold on to it. We ended with 469S's, no DDOs, and one really ugly one. The copper cup overflowed so much that I got a secondary cup, and it overflowed. Now, I know the secondary cup is small, but I thought that would be enough, and apparently it just wasn't. Let me run through the finds. We'll check them against the album, and I'll bring you guys back in with an update if we have any additions or upgrades. All right, we have combed through the finds, and I had to be a little picky because I don't want to just pull out cents and make the spots weak. But the ones I'm definitely going to upgrade, I will be upgrading this 1971 Denver. It's more red, so that's one upgrade. And I'm going to also upgrade the 37D. The one on the album is slick, and that one's much nicer. 2 upgrades, and we can use the 35D. We did not have that one. Let me plug in the upgrades as well as the addition and bring it back for a final look with some final thoughts on the album. We are back. I've got the upgrades and the addition plugged in. We now sit at 180 of the 234 spots filled after 55 boxes. I still think it's amazing that we're still finding cents this late into the boxes that we've hunted. But like I said in the intro, there's still many findable cents for the book. Hopefully you guys are still enjoying this penny hunt and album fill series. If you are, I'd appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting and thanks for watching.